Warning, the following video is extremely long. It is highly suggested you grab popcorn, sandwich, or some other eating device as you watch it, lest you become extremely bored and leave halfway through. Viewers who have short attention spans or otherwise don't really care at all should either watch this video in 2 parts or not at all. Please inform your doctor if the video lasts more than 4 hours, as that is not the intended effect. Above all else, enjoy. Hello everyone, Kevvl here once again with some awesome news. I got fan art! I'll be showing that off at the end of the video, so definitely be sure to check it out after the difficulty analysis. Up next, however, we've got a very easy boss living in a stage. It's definitely a stage, I can say that much. It's time for Duff McWhalen. He's chief of a museum dedicated to oceanography, but he used to be head of some underwater security force. He's so good at security that in order to take any hydrogen from the entire ocean, we have to fight Duff McWhalen first. That's right, folks. This guy controls the entire ocean from what appears to be Greenland. He's named after Duff McKagan, the bassist from that one band, Guns N' Roses. In Japan, he's Tidal McCohen, which is basically Tidal Whale. His weapon is the Goo Shaver, and as a reminder, I'm definitely using charge shots because I don't want this fight to take 10 hours. Here's a fun fact. This is not actually Duff McWhalen's theme. This is a remastered version of Bubble Crab's theme from X2. The original can be found on YouTube, and I'll put a link to it in the description bar. It just never made the cut. Definitely be sure to check it out and tell me what you think, because it is definitely an awesome song. And this thing. This is the U555. It is a gigantic mechanical death trap, hell-bent on making my life miserable. It fires off Dejuras, laser beams, and occasionally scientists. Used to be on display at the Marine Museum, so that's probably where the scientists came from. It went Maverick and ate them all. Everything orange on the U555 can regenerate, so keep that in mind. And this here is a star mine. Shoot at it and they'll stop moving for a while. They work the same way as gabules. The blowfish are called Gulpfer R. They will inhale you, and if you don't shoot them enough, they'll deal damage. But you can break out from inside. Basically the exact same as Gulpfers from Mega Man X1, Launch Octopus's stage. Destroy that orange node, and then just calmly slide down. And here it's just a matter of sitting up in corners. So, instead of rambling about nothing, I'll explain how Dejuras work. There are 2 varieties. Standard Dejuras will come out as a pack of 3, and then fly off in the forward direction. Dejura GR will come out as a single unit, and then home in on you. You gotta make sure to know how to distinguish them, because they are very tricky to deal with. And here we just have to wait. X's head may be shaved, but he's perfectly fine. I'm going to try and destroy the chin, because if I do, I'll have less lasers to deal with. It makes the upcoming boss fight a lot easier. Alright, boss time. Attack the weak point, that's the mouth, for massive damage. If by some chance you manage to destroy both the chin and the forehead, then instead of firing off that homing laser shot at you, this thing will launch off the gigantic laser beam we saw earlier. Pretty much the only way to destroy both the chin and the forehead is with the plasma armor, though. The 4th armor, I mean. That plasma shot really does a number on this creature. If you are using uncharged shots, this will take about 150 to 200 hits. So yeah, very good reason not to go uncharged for this match. And we get a satisfying explosion. Of course, it'd be a lot more satisfying if, this didn't happen. Because despite its face has been blown off, the U555 is not dead yet. It is now fighting us with its tail, which fires missiles. Which almost makes sense. The best place to stay is as low to the bottom as possible. Simply moving left and right, and you'll be safe from all but the lowest of missiles. That would be the bottom one that I'm destroying at all times. If it does manage to get a shot off on you, fire off a charge shot and you'll be okay. And casual dodging. Here's a rope if you want it, but I personally don't. I'll be needing it shortly, though. And boss battle time. Here what you want to do is just fire off charge shots. On the top, it's best to be quite close, whereas on the bottom, it's best to be farther away. And it's also better to start on the top, then go to the bottom, because on the bottom, moving around isn't quite as easy. On the top, you can just dash across the rope all you want. That wasn't a fully charged shot. What's wrong with me? If by some chance you manage to stand extremely close to where the U555 is, then instead of firing at the tubes, your charge shot will go straight through the tubes and into the fin, which is a very, very good thing, and it makes the fight a lot faster. But that's also very risky, so I'm not doing it as often as I should. Okay, top is up, so bottom time. Get to the far back, and then just fire charge shots. That's literally all you need to do. Occasionally, this thing will be badly timed, so when you fire off that second charge shot that hits the fin, it'll hit the fin, the entire fin will flash, and no damage will be dealt. I'm not sure what causes this, but it's a weird thing of timing, and to fix it, simply stop firing for as long as possible. Or, alternatively, if you're feeling extremely risky, you can fight this thing without hitting the fins at all. The red circle in the center is the weak spot. It'll take damage and you won't have to deal with tubes first. Example A. I usually don't like doing that because it's a heck of a lot more risky and it only saves you seconds. Okay, time for an intermission, because the U555 is not actually dead. See? It's trying to escape. Oh, Alia, you are just the harbinger of terrible news. Here, all we have to do is to fight some Dejuras. Really not that bad. Exactly one of these Dejuras causes any sort of issues, and I use that term very lightly. So long as you're in the corner there, it can't hurt you. Charge shot is just too small to actually hit it from below. Capsule, if you couldn't find it yourself, which I would be very surprised, because it's darn easy to. To get that thing, you need the goo shaver, which you get from this level, so after I finally finish, I'll have to go fight it again. Oh, lovely. Oh my god, that was a heart attack and a half. This is the third phase. I was too busy dodging laser beams to even realize it. It fires off laser beams. Such colorful commentary. If you've got the plasma shot, yet another reason why that thing is amazing in this level, then you can destroy these little tubes down there. But if you don't, you have to dodge them. How lovely! Hello there. I almost got inhaled. That might have ended quite bad. And one more blowfish. Okay, 2 more platforms and we'll be actually time to destroy this thing. Let's hope that goes well. Whew. This is all about precision, because you can easily see where the laser beams are coming from. It's just a matter of actually dodging them. And boss time. The weak spot is that big flashlight generator thing. It's probably like the power source of the U555, but it just looks like a big old flashlight to me. You have to shoot the little emerald at the bottom, and then fire at the flashlight generator thing. And be very, very careful. This is a heart attack and a half. Whew. Come on now. The Gulpfers can be particularly irritating, because if they decide to inhale you, even if you're not sucked in all the way, you can get launched into a laser beam shot, and that is just excruciatingly bad. But thankfully, the U555 is down. Make sure to actually jump on the wall, otherwise you'll fall to your death. Oh, so help me, if I make a mistake here, I'm gonna kill something. Time for Duff McWhalen. I would like to point out at this point that, I've been fighting this guy for about 2 or so weeks, and this is the 3rd time I've actually made it this far. Oh, welcome, Captain X. I'd like you to let us use this ocean, since it's nearest to the Hunter base. Apparently, the Hunter base is in Greenland. The Maverick Hunters are all Vikings. We need to produce large amounts of hydrogen. Do you intend to use it for nuclear fusion? So, then are you going to use the good old Enigma? Yes. If you know that, then please cooperate with us. X, I'm a man of the sea, and I will not let you to use my sea freely. You might think I'm stupid, but you'll have to fight me. I understand. I accept your challenge. And you bet I do. Duff McWhalen is extremely easy, and the fact that I've already failed twice to this guy is extremely insulting. All he does is fire little ice blocks at you, and then he'll launch off his goo shaver, which is easy to avoid, to say the least. This phase can cause a few issues. He fires off torpedoes that instantly go to your level, so make sure to always be firing backwards in their direction. You do not want to get caught between those spikes, and not between the ice blocks in the wall. And then phase repeats. Definitely not a problem. Really, there's not much to say here. This poor guy is not hard. Except for the last phase, which can cause a few issues, but not too many. Here I want to stay on the top and destroy the torpedoes as quickly as possible. Each time I've failed has been due to stupid mistakes involving torpedoes. So, not gonna let a repeat of that happen again, huh? Alright, buddy is halfway down. Once he hits down to 1/3 health, because he only has 2 phases, not 3 like everyone else, he will suddenly break all of his ice crystals and then fly at you. Which should be any minute now. There it is! Alright, phase 2. There is absolutely no danger of taking damage in this phase, simply of outright dying, which is almost happening. The ice blocks can't actually hurt you unless you're in a weird position, which is very rare and will probably not happen. The only thing you have to worry about is all those spikes on the wall. Come on. Oh my god, I did it! Oh yeah! Duff McWhalen is down! And that took me way too long. I finally did it. Okay. I am suddenly extremely lightheaded. We got the goo shaver. It's a small blob of icy gel that travels along the ground and walls like the search snake. Unlike the search snake, it only travels down walls. It can't climb them up. The charged version launches out 8 ice blocks, 4 on either side of X, that fly up, then smash down. And shut up, Alia. Weapons and life. It doesn't really matter. And we got hydrogen. And we got the life up. And Alia's still talking. Let us save, so I never have to do that ever again. With that, it looks like the Enigma cannon is finally ready to fire. But first, a word from our sponsor. The development team over at Kevvl Industries used up all of our budget on Duff McWhalen's stage, so we had to cut about 3,700 jobs. If it weren't for the following advertisement, we probably would have had to cut over 9,000. Nah, I'm just playing. The following happened over a tiny chat conversation between EA Rolius, that other Megamanix Perfect Runner, and myself. It was animated in Walfus, a cool Toho Flash program, by YouTube user Gandwatch, also known as Neo. The 2 characters you see are original Toho characters, made by EA in blue, and myself in green. Enjoy! Ahem. Hello, ladies. Look at EA. Now back at me. Now back to EA. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me. But if he stopped using lady-scented pony feed and switched to Kevvl Spice, he could play like he's me. Look down. Back up. Where are you? You're on a plane with the pony your EA could play like. What's in your hand? Back at me. I have it. It's a Hyanard with 2 megaphones and that song you hate. Look again. The megaphones are now louder. Anything is possible when your EA plays like Kevvl Spice and not a lady. I'm on a pony.
The loading screens are now longer. No!
The loading screens are now longer.
At last, the Enigma has been completed. It's old, but we reinforced it with some devices. It should work fine. Well, we're ready. The time has come at last. We are going to launch the Enigma. The fate of the Earth depends on it. The energy, the power, the angle, everything is clear. Alright, blast off! Blast off! Blast off! And he's saying it again. Is he done? Okay, good. Did we make it? Did it crash? Alia, give us the report. Negative. We only destroyed 62%. This is actually randomized. We have merely made it change orbit, and delayed the time of impact. Curses! The Enigma was not successful? No, but we have a backup plan. Let's concentrate on our next move. Alright, we will execute the shuttle operation. Don't give up hope. The future of the Earth depends on us. This is our last hope, you just said that. The space shuttle operation. The shuttle will approach and fly into the colony. The pilots will eject at the last minute. It's very dangerous because they could get sucked into the blast. In the end, I fear that this will fail, just like the Enigma. We need to gather as many devices as we can to strengthen the shuttle's power. But the autopilot function doesn't work. Okay, gather as many devices as you can. We'll try to upgrade it from here. This is the last chance for us. I know this mission is hard for you all, but the important thing is for us to stay optimistic. Now let's get to work. Our only hope is the space shuttle. That's the third time you've said that. We can't waste any time. Let me describe the 4 Mavericks that have the devices to upgrade the shuttle. Axel the Red. Details unknown. He carries a concealed orbiter engine. How do they know that if the details aren't known? Matrex. Coolest name in the world. A weapons storage guard. He owns a booster for rockets. The Skyver. Second coolest name in the world. Only someone extremely awesome can have the as part of their name. Reploid Air Force. An orbiter wing is in the base. And finally, Dark Dizzy, a mysterious maverick. He has a fuel tank. We have little time, but we have to gather as many devices as possible. But that'll be for the next video. Right now we have extras and we have outtakes, so enjoy all those.
Under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on the shore they work all day. Out in the sun they slave away. While we're devoting full time to floating under the sea.
Before the actual extras, I'm just gonna show off how easy this thing is to destroy with the plasma shot. Observe! If I've got the 4th armor, the lasers are already gone. So then all you have to worry about is Dejiras, and they're no problem. But enough of that, on to the rest. Okay, real extras time. Here, you need the goo shaver. Now, you can stand very far back and shoot it like this, or you can use the 4th armor and just go hog wild. This is the program for the body part of the Falcon armor. Analyze and upload. With the body part equipped, the damage you receive will be less. But don't overestimate the part or you'll regret it. That's a pretty generic feature, but okay. Basically what it says on the tin. The Falcon armor takes a heck of a lot less damage than most armors. And we need that to get up to the next extra, so be back in a moment. Okay, got the Falcon armor, which actually makes this level a bit harder to get through. But that's a different story. We've got some Dejiras to deal with, and spikes to avoid. Remember, even though the Falcon armor is virtually invincible, things it can't destroy, like spikes, will still damage it. So be careful in this area. And there's the heart container. Not so bad. And we're moving on to the outtakes, so enjoy those. There are plenty. 555. It is a giant mechanical death trap, a whale submarine bent on destruction. And I am an idiot. Mechanical whale hell-bent on making my life miserable, and it's doing a darn fine job at it, too. I hate you. Jerk. It's a whale submarine that fires off laser beams, Dejiras, and... Evil! Evil boss! Extremely evil boss! Hello, scientist. Notable, everything that's orange on this creature can regenerate, and that is always a very close call. I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often, really. Here we have a star mine. If you shoot at it... If you shoot in the wrong direction while moving forward, I don't even want to know what happened there. That was horrible. Star mine. If you shoot at it, it'll work like a rolling gadule and stop moving. But none of that matters when you have laser beams on your tail. Yeah. Just like the ones from X1 did. And whoa, that was a bit close. And here we have... yeah. Some of this fight is just pure luck. And here we have impossible to avoid laser beams. Don't you love them? Behind us is a star mine, and I'm not sure how I was expected to dodge that. And there's a 1-up. Thank you, I guess not. Not thank you. This is a star mine. If you shoot at it a couple times, it'll stop moving. And that was the 1-up curse. Thank you very much. Here we have star mines, which will stop if you shoot at them, and gulpers, which will try and inhale you, and then try and do damage to you. And I just got a 1-up. I hope that's a good thing. Here what you want to do is, I think I just screwed myself over. Let's hope a charge shot fixes that. You want to... blast it. Why did I bother firing at that? You see, folks, this is what happens when you accidentally leave that node open. Since I have time, I might as well explain how the Desiras work, because it's kind of weird. There are... That was jumping the gun into the gun. Wonderful. Then instead of one less laser to deal with, you actually have to deal with the Quit interrupting me, damage! Destroy both the chin and the forehead. Then instead of whoa, it'll be like ah! Just be careful when dodging all the Desiras and know what you're up against. Whoa! Ah! Tried to jump, didn't turn around. I hate water physics. I'm really starting to hate water physics. And it's a very, very good thing I'm using charge shots here, because otherwise, this fight would take hours. Well, that's an exaggeration, but it would take a very long... It had 1 hit to go, too. That's just a shame. It has a bunch of issues in terms of how quickly they die. Oh, what? Game froze. Couldn't fire charge shot. I call foul. No fair. Oh, blast it. Oh, I see what happened. Someone MSN messaged me. You're going to die. But thankfully... Oh, that was... Oh, 2 more shots. I was going to say 1 shot, but same idea. That was so close. Blast it. I'm calling a foul on that. But I can't on that account. Looks like some sort of a weird... No! Pain and suffering. I hate you, Gulpers. I really do. And what? No! Are you serious? No! Oh! How did I take damage against the easiest boss of all time? I have shamed my country. Kevvlvania shall never be the same. This is where it gets a little bit more hectic, because you also have to destroy torpedoes. Which... Freaking hell! That is the second time I've made a silly mistake like that. Why am I an idiot whenever I'm doing my actual runs? This level took me about 11 days total. For comparison, Volt Catfish and Squid Adler took 3. Sting Chameleon, his rematch, took 1. While Violin and Mac only took about a few hours. Those used to be the hardest bosses. Duff McWhalen tops that. Duff McWhalen took longer than my dashless refight of Sting Chameleon. I can't even begin to rate him. And so, I give Duff McWhalen a bleh. You see, Duff McWhalen is not hard. At all. My first practice run of his boss fight was successful. That's what makes this all the more frustrating. The only issue is actually getting to his boss fight. In 11 days, I got there 3 times. Oh no, Duff doesn't get a real rating. He doesn't deserve it. The U555 gets a rating, and here it is. I give the U555 a 10 out of 10, and that's being easy on him. Fighting this thing as Unarmored X tests just about every ounce of patience in the body. Not only does the stage take well over 8 minutes, but you are constantly bombarded with precision dodging and precision firing. Hell, I'd give max rating to the stage if it ended after you destroyed the head. It's just that bad. Thankfully for my sanity, the stage gets easier as you go on. The tail is mediocre, and the back is only hard because by the time you actually get there, your brain's filled with so much adrenaline, your fingers slip at every turn. That alone is what made me fail at Duff McWhalen the 2 measly times I did. I only passed the head, I'd say about 1% of the time, and then I failed at either the tail, the back, or those 2 times at the actual whale himself. This was utter hell, but thankfully we have something interesting up next. Here's some fan art. I got this awesome piece of fan art from YouTube user ILikePie21234. Over on Pink Kitty Rose's forum, she also goes by the username CatGame21234. Now this is an awesome action pose of what I guess could be considered my unoriginal character, or persona, or something along those lines, Kevvl. The design is not my own, although if it were my own, I don't think it'd be too much different from what we have here. Basically, my signature on that forum is a little animated gif I made of the green biker dude, riding across a little highwayscape. Taking that and combining it with both my love affair with Zero and a Walfus character I created, this was developed. Now, before I go on about how awesome this pencil and paper sketch is, I've got to transition over to the updated version. After Kat ran home and scanned it, she edited it in Photoshop to make it smoother, have nicer colors, and just all around things that you can't do without computer programs. You can see the video of that down below, set to some awesome music from one of my favorite fans, Floggin' Molly. To this, I say, wow. That's my only reaction, wow. Getting something this amazing halfway through that hell that was Duff McWhalen, it really helped keep me going. I can't begin to say how much I'm honored to have this. Thank you so much, Cat Game. I love it. Up next, because holy crud there's more, we've got another little comic done by Neo. This was also done in Walfus. Some of you may remember a while ago when I did a little Toho video on request of a friend of mine. Basically, I used Cheat Engine to turn the difficulty up to insanely high levels, and then pretended to do a blind run of Toho, completely dumbfounded by how many bullets were on screen at once. The supposed challenge was to beat level 1 without any continues, and recently Neo asked if I'd ever actually completed that challenge. I had, so he surprised me with this. Here we've got Reimu, one of the main characters of the game, happy that she's finally defeated Rumia, the first boss. Then we've got my Walfus, screaming how finally I done it on the hardest setting humanly possible. For comparison, it was roughly 5 times as difficult as Lunatic, only to be told by a couple of fairies that it was only level 1. And so, we have a very appropriate reaction. I gotta say, I really appreciate this. It made me laugh up a storm. Thanks a ton, Neo. I love it. And that's all the fan art for today. So, until next time, this is Kevvl, signing off. Ciao.